Hi guys, good evening, happy new year. I hope you all had very good last year. And thank you so much for joining, all 78 people. And thank you, Analytics Vidya, for organizing this. So, talking about me, this is me, Mohammed Aslan. I'll be talking about industrial applications of DALL-E and ChatGPT and other SOTA models in building a solutions which will disrupt designer and other industries. And talking about me, I'm from town where Sholem we shot. It's 70 kilometers from Bangalore. And before joining and working as a machine learning engineer, I worked as civil engineer for 3 years in India and Oman. Then I worked as a machine learning engineer in multiple internship. Then coming to my current organization. And for the last 1.5 year, completely into generative AI models like GPT-3, Cohere, DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, and Chat GPT-2 as well. And I also won the first global generative AI hackathon organized by Cohere. And the work I did in my current organization got innovation of innovation award, and I also contribute to open source communities like Hugging Face, and I also implemented the Chat GPT space, which was trending for weeks. And in part time, I read books, listen music, and uh, explore the countryside on the weekend. And I do and do and do try to learn trending technologies and try to build something out anything useful out of it, only not as a business, as a uh, corporate social responsibility as well. So talking about Chat GPT, which is like trending like a wildfire, and from school kids to billionaires, everyone are just into one word, that is Chat GPT. So Chat GPT is Chat GPT. Before coming to Chat GPT is a model which has the base model which is developed by OpenAI, again, which is backed by which is founded by Elon Musk and backed by Microsoft and leading VCs. And when the GPT-2 launched, it got traction of NLP engineers. Then when GPT-3 launched, only ML or NLP enthusiasts were excited about it. But when the accuracy was good, but it had some limitations as well. But when they released the Chat GPT on the dialogue data set, and with some reinforcement learning human in loop concept, it became wildfire. And one of the reason to be a wildfire is it came not as a playground compared to GPT-2 or GPT-3. It came as a website chatbot interface similar to WhatsApp or any chatbot available in websites. That is the only reason it got a huge traction and got viral marketing. And it has a very good potential in many sectors, but it has its downsides as well. So I'll be talking about all pluses and minuses, and how we can. So there's one more model which I come again. So how I'll explain how we can marry or integrate or conquer two, three models to build a solutions which will revolutionize not only one industry, multiple industry. So ChatGPT is a generative pre-trained model, and it has seen a huge corpus of the data. The data is available on the internet, say say YouTube comments, LinkedIn, book corpus, some GitHub data, so Stack Overflow. So it has almost learned the text from most of the, since this is a text model. It has learned from most of the sources, and the closing cap date is around 2020. Till 2020, it has learned so many knowledge. So by virtue of it, it has got text generation, text understanding, and other capabilities as well. Okay. And yeah, it is one of the technologies which give us just idea that, okay, how our future is gonna be like, because most of the leading tech players are in the quest to AGI, artificial general intelligence. ChatGPT is just a tip of the iceberg, but then there's a huge improvement in the next year. next coming years. Okay, and yeah, there's one more model from OpenAI that's called DALL-E. DALL-E is trained on text to image class base of a data set, which is again scaled from huge sources from internet. And after getting trained on text and image pair, it has also got the capability to generate artistic it also has Dropbox, but it has got the capability to, create a photorealistic image, which I will show you with the live demo. And yeah, coming for the GPT, before coming to ChatGPT, this was the playground. We see here a text density model based upon this one. ChatGPT was built. If you want to, if you have a ChatGPT, and if you want to replicate the same prompt, you can definitely go for beta.openai, this link, and you can select a text dependency. And if you ask anything under the cloud, it will try to give you a appropriate answer. Maybe it fails, maybe it will have a biases, but good thing is as an overall picture, it gives you better picture, better clarity, and better output. And just make sure you select a text density 3, and temperature is zero point 0.7. You can play along with the temperature. Temperature is nothing but your how creative your text want to be. So you can play along with it. And stop sequence is at what word you want your output to be stopped. Okay, in that case you can give any stopping sequence. That's up to you. So yeah, that's it. So if you click on examples, there will be preset examples of the capabilities of ChatGPT, GPT-3. You can explore multiple examples, which I'll not cover here. You can explore after this call. And if you want to integrate this into your existing solutions, you can click on Weave Code, and then you will have a drop down of multiple legacy codes like Python, JavaScript, Curl, HTML. You can integrate the solution with uh, your existing, code base, or your new application. And talking about the tokens is nothing but one token is four alphabets. So when you're giving, and it has a limit to give input of 4,000 tokens. So at a time you cannot pass all the book as input. You can just give a number of words as 4,000. That token counter will be shown here, and whatever the output will be there, plus input should be less than 4,000. So, but when it comes to ChatGPT, they have the rolling window of 8,000 tokens. So you can have the same window of conversation unless your word limit does not exceeds 8,000. That is the difference between ChatGPT and GPT-3 model. Okay. Yeah, and coming for the DALL-E, DALL-E will generate there's a new concept called prompt engineering. So there are multiple websites which I will share the list. So you can go and see the similar images. And if you want to replicate, you just need to copy and paste the prompt. So here we are telling the model to create cinematic portrait of cute riding cat with some detailing like HD, 4K, and all. So yeah, so the plus point is it do very good for advanced images. But when it comes to smaller, very basic instructions, like if I want stop sign, it will not generate stop sign because GPT model, like transformer model, these models are based upon attention is all you need paper, which is a revolutionary paper. On top of it, transformer architecture came. So here what happens, when data is trained on huge corpus of text to image pairs, uh, for text it see one word as a token. Okay, it will consider one as a token. But when it comes to images, it considers one pixel as a one token. Okay, so for that, it is not capturing the text of the image, even though it is trained on billions of images. But still it is failing at a simple stop sign. That is the only only due to the architecture it is failing miserably. But when you ask something very detailed, it do pretty well job. Okay. And not only text to image, nowadays text to video is also coming. So if you give the text to video, text to input, video output will come. Okay. Okay, talking about the generative AI models, before ChatGPT came into existence, there are predecessor models, which are like a GPT released around 2008, then BERT. So BERT, then we have EA2 Lab, then OpenAI, then multiple, then digital. But as per my experience, most of the people from data science or NLP domain might have worked with BERT or distill BERT, correct? So yeah, so these are all most of these model are not that much popular because of their most of them are closed source. Some of them are still in like NVIDIA. It is released in 2019, but still they don't have a public access. They have TFI. TFI is also great architecture. And all these models have pluses and minuses. Some are good in some specific tasks. So you cannot say if you have a data protection policy, something like that. If you don't want to send your data outside your domain, then ChatGPT will fail miserably because when you give your data will go to OpenAI server. In that case, you can try other models from competitors like Hugging Face, like Bloom. There's one model called Bloom, Instruct Bloom, Bloom Z. So using this, you can load your model internally. There is a trade-off between accuracy and data protection. So you will have an in-house GPUs, in-house data set, and the good thing is you will have a uh, better data protection, better data privacy, compliance. Okay. And talking about GPT-2, it was purely next word prediction model. Okay, like say it is trained on 1 billion words. Okay, when you ask GPT-2, it used to give only next model. What is the most probable next word? It just used to give the probability. Okay, if this is a sentence, next most probable word is yeah, then the word, then this. Okay, but this model used to have high bias, high anti-Semitic, high anti. It used to be highly racial because data set is trained on like biased data. Like that's the reason it used to give very biased and very unhealthy output. So that was a pain point for NLP researchers from the across the globe. Since we have a very good progress from there till now. Now, if you ask ChatGPT about any offensive or any harmful content, it will give us the warning saying that okay, this is not in our terms and conditions. So it's a huge leap. And yeah, talking about large language models, they are, if you want to consider, only this, we have access to this one, Bloom. Oh, sorry, only we have access to GPT-3, which is close to Bloom, 176 billion parameter from Hugging Face. Bloom is also one of the great transformer model. If you want to load, you can easily load it with some 20 lines of code, and also if you have a sufficient GPU, it will do inference like magic. And one thing we have not seen, all the people, most of the people, is this model from DeepMind, Google. So it's up to them when we have access to that. But when they come here, we'll see how it's gonna be. Okay. And talking about the leading NLP players, it's a DeepMind, Cohere, Hugging Face, OpenAI, EA21. And as per my experience, I had connected with all the machine learning engineers from all these NLP companies, and I got recognized from OpenAI, Hugging Face, and Cohere, and DeepMind and EA21 as well. For some other tasks, some other use case, I publish or I win the hackathon. And yeah, and since our model, GPT-2 model, was just a next word prediction, it was giving just any random output. So then again, what happened? There's a huge area in machine in tech which is called reinforcement learning. So what happens? they initiated one model. So this is the only reason why our ChatGPT is a very good compared to GPT-3 also, because they penalize the model in case of wrong input. So here in GPT-2, if the model give the wrong answer, then that is the case. Then model will not remember that it gave the wrong. There is no penalty. Okay, it's not as a human we learn by mistakes, but GPT-2 was not like that. It was just okay, one time mistake, two time mistake. There was not a loop. Okay, in that case, researchers who did very well job in doing work on this reinforcement learning human in loop concept, wherein say you have an initial model, and if initial model say dog is a furry mammal, then our tuned model will say then tuned model will give the fine tuned model for it will say it is a man's best friend. Okay, then again in case of wrong, it will penalize the model. And after penalizing the model, next time it will give a best friend. Okay, when you ask what is dog, it will give a best friend. And humans were there to analyze the data and analyze the output and give the reward penalty. And this OpenAI team, they automated that stuff as well. The only catch is this works only with the existing trained data, not with the live trained data. If you ask this model, ChatGPT, who won FIFA World Cup 2022, it will say it didn't happen. But the fact is, it has happened. And talking about this, one more concept called memory assisted prompt editing. Here, what happens? Like say you have one. If you ask GPT-2 or GPT-3, recite first law of Newton's, it will give you some answer. Okay. If you want to edit this, there is one concept research going on wherein you can load the model, you can go to its memory, and you can edit its memory, saying that okay, who is man's best friend? It is dog. Okay, you can actually edit the model. So if you really want to explore more, you can follow Yannick Kilcher, and he explained it pretty well, and with a reference website and ArcGIS website for the research paper. Coming for prompting is nothing but giving. See, ChatGPT is a GPT-3 is like a advanced model, but there are some limitations to it. For earlier, what used to happen? One shot learning. One shot means I'll ask only one time. Okay, what is the name of? Translate this question. Uh, Translate this sentence from English to French. Okay, if one shot will not work, then we'll go with first we'll go with zero shot learning. Okay, zero shot learning means it's just a single question. One shot learning means we'll give one example. One example, like I say, okay, this is one sentence. This is translated as sentence. For next sentence, you'll just give one question. Few shot learning means you'll give 5 examples, then 6th question, and you expect sixth answer. Okay, and if the accuracy was not good in that scenario, we used to go with the fine tuning model. Fine tuning is nothing but you have to have your own custom data set, and say you have any custom comments or some email, something you need to. There's a proper documentation in OpenAI website. You can go there and you can explore this fine tuning. If you fine tune the model, then your model will be more accurate. Okay, and talking about instruct model, instruct again is one more concept where instead of fine tuning with general tasks, they fine tune with the instruction data set. The data set had both the instructions and the output. So it was a pretty good improvement, which was released this year, in 2022. And once they integrated with reinforcement learning technique, then ChatGPT got it spread like wildfire. Even from the texts, small people, even nowadays I heard that school people are copying, doing essays using it. Coders are using for coding. lawyers, health. Anyhow, health is not advisable. People from say any domain, even from from businessmen to billionaires, everyone from content creators, everyone are using ChatGPT only because it 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 improved with reinforcement learning. Okay, compared to previous models. Because as a human, we learn from mistake. But if the model is there which is not learning from mistake, then no one will like it. People will mass public will like only the model is uh, similar to AJ, artificial general intelligence, and it should learn from its mistake. Okay, and yeah, that's about it. And coming about uh, the things I showed you, if you give one shot learning, the accuracy is less. When you go with prompting, it increase. When you go with a supervised training, little bit up. Instead with GPT, little bit up. But when you go for ChatGPT, it is some exponential rise. So it is not updated from the research paper, and you can see here as well. There's some benchmarks which analyzes, which tells how good our models, how good our data set uh, is. So in that scenario, you can see here accuracy is increasing when we go for prompt tuning, prompt designing, prompt this thing. So you can explore it as parallelly. Similar to DALL-E, we have a stable diffusion. It's again is open source. Anyone with just a 10 lines of code, they can load it with the GPU collab, or even the Mac. They have Mac support. Even the iPhone support as well. Okay, if you want to explore, go to Hugging Face and explore this. It is like trending like anything. There's no restrictions. You have 100, you have 1,000 GPUs. You can run it for you, even if you have just a CPU. You can run this model for lifetime for multiple use cases. And this is not this ChatGPT and generative AI is not just a hip like a crypto or see, crypto and Bitcoin and blockchain. They have a very valid use case, but in the long term. But when people are like exchanging a million just a one image for millions, that makes no sense. That is pure hip. Okay, uh, so using crypto that concept, this image used to sell for millions. Okay, as a like a crypto or NFT. But using generative art, it's just a matter of second. Anyone can have any NFTs. So those blockchain technology and all are very good, but for very long term. But it is not a hip. If you see here, it is like a landscape of multiple companies incorporating ChatGPT and generative AI in their day-to-day business use case, and they are raising money not only from investors, from the customers as well. If you know Jasper AI, ChatSonic, they are like a trend, like n number of companies who are jumping into bandwagon, not because of the hip, because of the value add also it is delivering. If you see for avatars, we have this company summarization, this MLOps, audio editing. So there's no limit. There's actually no even for music generation. There are models which generate music from text input. That they have dedicated text to image design. You have ad, you have image editing. Okay, so sky's the limit. So it's a time for software 2.0. So when we are transitioning from no code, actual coding of coding thousands of lines to no code, low code, no code, and also with the value add. Okay, if you see from yeah, these are the models which are released last in just a 1 year, and we have still have not explored more potential. Every day people will coming on the LinkedIn saying that okay, I got this, okay, I found this, I got I this is a use case, this is a use case. There's a number of use cases, and people are making very good use of it. But there are some potential bad biases as well, but we need to figure out. Okay, and coming for there's a one more mid journey. Imagine this is just an imaginary watch generated with just a second using our Midjourney. There's a model called Midjourney. It uses Midjourney to generate. So within seconds they have a watches. So imagine how much it will disrupt design industry, of watch industry. So if they want any random any futuristic uh, watch, they just go and they actually get the theme of the website as well. So you see here, they'll get a user interface, even user they can just load this in Figma and they can build their own website. Okay. And yeah, and the model is trained on huge corpus of data and has got limitations and biases as well. If you ask photo of CEO, it will just give a uh, human faces uh, as a for male, not for women, and also it considers only some geographies. So people are working in improving the improving and reducing the bias. Okay. Yeah, this is a time for software 2.0, wherein people earlier just used to type millions of thousands of you know code lines, but here most of the people are transitioned to code from natural language. So see here, Anders Kapati is a head of Tesla AI. This guy is using 80% of the code uh, through through language models, and just 20% with manual intervention. That's a huge. It 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 automates our mundane work and improve the efficiency. Okay, and yeah, and this is from this tweet is from uh, Sam Altman. Okay, he summarizes that okay, this model is great, but more things need to be done in terms of robustness and truthfulness. Yeah, examples will come later. And then in how we use ChatGPT in DALL-E, creative applications, data augmentation, uh, and multiple sectors. And if you want to use ChatGPT or GPT-3, you can go to OpenAI Playground and you can take the API key, take the billing account, and use the documentation to integrate with your current tech stack using Python, Curl, Node.js. And here are some predictions. See here, if you ask cryptocurrency poem, then it will. Then if you want to know what are prompts, I suggest you to go to these websites so that you'll understand how to get the prompts, like what are the actual prompts for use cases. So these are the websites. This website, you can get prompts for text images, text to image, and you can explore this in your after this call. Okay. And yeah, and yeah, one more catch about this model is if you ask what is who's the president of American 2025, it will not say. Even if you ask who is the president of American 2025, it will not say, because it is not connected to internet. Simple. And yeah, utilizing this, some competitors came up with automation technique. Say if the question has a cut date after 2022, they're integrating with the actual internet, and this bot is actually answering from the live data from the internet. If you ask what is who is the president of America now, then it will exactly say who is the president, and it will give a reference link. So yeah, and also like many people are like commenting that ChatGPT is better than Google. They're doing compare contrast analysis, but it is not uh, uh, conclusive as of now, because they have their own models. Google is also the key player in these techs. If they have not released a model, it does not mean they have not leaders. Actually, they are the leaders. And ChatGPT is also great. Let us see in the next year how this space turns into. Okay, there's a research paper. If you ask with some research, like Google is ChatGPT is outperforming Google for generic indexing. Okay, and if you ask uh, Streamlit model creation to ChatGPT, it will create. But for the latest documentation, it is not updated. Okay, so you'll may get errors as well. If you ask, see here, you'll get digital recognition. So it is not just a copy, it's purely highly unadvisable to go with copy code and paste and see No, it will not work in that way. ChatGPT will only help us in getting the schema, but fine tuning is 100% required. Otherwise, hi Sandeep, I'll come back. We have 10 more minutes, then we'll have questions. Okay, 10-15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, then yeah. So if you want to generate synthetic data, it is a use case which I found yesterday. It is also doing pretty well. And if you see here, if you ask what is the telemetry data, then it is generating. If you ask to give in 1000 rows, it will give 1000 rows. Keeping in mind that it has a rolling window of 8000 tokens. Okay. And coming for, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's one more model for text to 3D. If you give the text input as a 4K image of a fish, then you will get a model will work, and it will run for 1000 epochs, and you will get a object. Simple. Okay. If you see here, this is a 3D object which you can integrate in your thing. So we have a metaverse. Metaverse is also great idea, but it's just that the target audience is very small. Target audience is the people who are hooked to phones, smartphones, or internet, who are still in child, uh, in the teenage. Once they have come to once they have a huge market, then you can easily create any kind of avatar in using your metaverse, and also using generative AI. Okay. And yeah, so many people are comparing why ChatGPT is better than Google and all. So it's not done till now. It is just a start. So Google has Lambda, MUM, Palm, Flamingo. Flamingo is also very great, but it's just that they have not gave it as a free access to everyone. So once it's there, it will be very interesting space to watch out for in the next year. Okay, coming for yeah, this one meme. Nowadays, people directly go for ChatGPT. That is highly not advisable, because there is a beauty in learning statistics and Python before coming to ChatGPT. Okay, yeah. For coming for my hackathon, which one accolades from OpenAI, Hugging Face, and Cohere, and it's image. It's an inter designing tool which uses two models like a Cohere and GPT-3, and it will take text input image and output image, and say if you want to redesign this, it will redesign this. And I have a fine-tuned models for both, which works in tandem, and also upscaling model. If I give just a normal home, if you want to redesign will happen like this for Christmas. Some artifacts will change, but that's up to the user's liberty. So I have made the video. I have created my own solution which will create a video as well, so you can see the live transformational video of how your place is transforming. You can pause at any time frame, and you can redesign your space according to that. Yeah, this got me first as a solo. I won the first prize. Yeah, and one more thing uh, I did is I built a hacker. Actually, I failed in this hackathon. It is just for uh, non-profit. Build this. So using this solution, anyone can generate poem using voice input and any language. Let's say if you want poem on nature in Hindi, then you will have poem on nature in Hindi. Then also you'll get a relevant, animated image. So this I built keeping in mind of the people, the geographies of poor countries, and some interiors of developing countries where they don't have access to reading material. So using this, they can easily create poem materials in just 10 seconds. Sorry, 10 minutes to be max. Okay, and also to educating new generations of small kids, like saying that okay, this is our tool, how you can leverage it, not for doing some task like doing homework, but just as an aid of homework. They have to do the homework, but with the aid of large language models. Yeah. And conclusion is, yeah, I just want to conclude here saying that these are very impressive models, but model just writing an email will not solve all humanity's problem. It has to work on multiple sectors, and it is also not connected to the internet. So hopefully next year we'll see models from leading players in the tech space from India, from global. They come and they will build the solutions, deliver the solutions which will have access to live data from the internet and also external databases. So now I can I cloned the GPT, Chat GPT using DNC that works with the internet and external databases as well. There's a very good library called LangChain. Using that, you can uh, build a solution wherein your language model will communicate with internal databases and also with internet. And multimodal is a huge of domain, marrying two, three models, like say text to image, image to video. Video is video. We also have video model as well. Text to mod. Sorry, text to. I'm sorry. Text to video, video text to image, video to image. So you can do multiple permutations, combinations, and sorry, you can do multiple permutations and combinations, and you can build cutting edge models which will deliver value. And yeah, that's about the work ChatGPT and all. I hope I did my best. So I actively I'm quite active in LinkedIn. I share nuggets and life findings about ChatGPT, and I got 9,000 followers, Alhamdulillah. So if you guys are into research, you can connect me, and if you have any queries regarding this session, you can connect me for my social media handles and my contact. Thank you so much. It's time for yeah, we have 14 comments. Okay, I have used hi Mika, you have used ChatGPT last month. Why beta version? No, I don't know. Maybe they release. And what are the risks? Really, non it can be ChatGPT. Okay, yeah. Anonymous, I got you. So see, I'll tell you how this works. So there are some like proactive measures people companies are working on so that they'll not pollute web with text nonsense text, so that they're working on watermarking ChatGPT text, so that it will not flood the whole internet with some random comments. Okay. Yeah. So Gopal Krishna, yeah, there are multiple fintech. Okay, fintech. There multiple use cases you can imagine. So one of the use cases is a multimodal approach. You can query the data of a finance, and you can answer it. And also in terms of finance, you can build predictive models using diffusion models, and also you can create a chat bot which helps as a advisor for a finance domain. But that's again a risky thing that needs to be worked upon. So how best Kamal is telling how best is training and testing. There's no training and testing. Everything is training here. Okay, everything is training here. Testing is the one which you people are working on. Okay, if you see, the people didn't make free. Okay, they're just collecting the your data from you. It is not free. You're giving your own data. That is gold. Okay, that's what it is. ChatGPT is free for now only because as a beta version, and they are burning up to 3 millions per day. And in the long term, if you want to integrate, they have a it will be premium, not freemium. Uh, yeah. How does ChatGPT getting the schema? Sanu, very good questions. For the whatever the code available in its training data before the cutoff date and the chat GPT and data set, up to that it will do good. For the latest documentation, if you ask, it failed miserably. In that case, your work will come into play. Okay. Can you maintain this model with correct data and paper? Yeah, of course. Yes, Dinesh, you can create Q&A, but make sure it does not hallucinate. So yeah, Q&A model, I have seen a couple of cases, model tends to hallucinate. Try to explore it with multiple scenarios and see. And okay, that's up to you. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Anonymous. So you're talking about healthcare sector. Healthcare is very bad. Healthcare is very bad because I tell you, at the moment it is very bad because it tends to assume the answers. Okay, yeah. One guy was asking, it is good to say, eat a crushed mirror. It used to give a yes. Okay, because it hallucinates. It's just a probabilistic model. Uh, Anybody raising the hand, please type your question. I'll answer. Okay. For health sector, it's highly advisable till there's a significant testing and proper due diligence is followed. Okay, I'm talking about 80% of the code. Okay, to be frank, I'm also a poor programmer. I don't know how to reverse a string properly in one go. So in those generic repetitive tasks, ChatGPT will do pretty good. If you ask ChatGPT to, comment, write any code, it will do pretty good. Okay, in that so in that case, 80% the work is automated. 20% is your work. You need to go and fix the bug. Bug fixing should be there, and the model also do the bug fixing, but again some manual touching is required. How can we use this for continuous communication? Okay, yeah. Gopal Krishna, it's a very good question. For ChatGPT, it has a context window of 8,000 words. So if your chat window is close to 8,000 words, then it will hold the context. Then after 8,000 words, if you ask the same question, if you asked earlier, it will not. Okay, full meaning of ChatGPT in Nisrata is generative pattern model, version 3, fine-tuned on chat dataset. I applied for multiple companies in data analytics, but unfortunately, I cannot work. Okay. Okay, there's a very good use case, Sahu. What you can do, uh, if your work is not, if your resume is not getting selected, go to the web portal from Naukri or LinkedIn, copy all the content, okay, and then ask ChatGPT to create a ATS friendly cover letter and resume for my details, and fill in your details. ChatGPT will give you, ATS friendly with the exact keywords resume. Then there is good chances that your application will get selected. But make sure before adding any keyword, you are prepared for answering that question. Okay. Can you show the slide on GPT application again? Who is this? No, you cannot use ChatGPT for free. It is free only for beta use. In the long term, they cannot burn 2-3 billion millions per day. Okay, internal data by Mohammed Aslam, very good question. It's a very different topic. If we discuss, that's out of my scope. I'm sorry, I cannot. But you can connect with me offline. I can guide you with some reference links. ChatGPT model is not available, Dinesh, for offline with the API. But yeah, you can use Dynasty 3 model, which is pretty much the same. Kamal Acharya, follow me on LinkedIn. You'll get more tutorials, research papers, past from. You can track my LinkedIn. Okay, and Nachema, how do you adopt GPT model to heavy training? Okay, how can you adopt GPT 3 model to use heavy training time in deep learning image dataset? Oh, I'm not sure how we can do it, but I think you can ask the ChatGPT model to say, I have this many number of images. I'm building deep learning model. So maybe you can go with the PCA. ChatGPT is not one for all solution. Okay, for generic machine learning model, you have to go with generic machine learning model. There's no alternative. Okay, you have logistic regression. That will be there forever. Linear regression will be there forever. That will never go away. So in case of your reducing training time data set, you need to go for PCA or other technique. Okay. Can you use the model? Use of it for Google. Yeah, Fazana, very good question. Google also, like ChatGPT also will improve in the future, hopefully. If you want to get hands-on on ChatGPT, you have to go and play every day. And I believe you mentioned not using the health sector. And yeah, finally, can we use? Yeah, not for free. It will cost you. So I'll show from your slide. UB data scientist jumping. What are necessary? Okay, I'll not show you, but I think I'll show you at the last. Okay. How are you going to apply ChatGPT in related health model? That all depends on how robust is our model. Once our preliminary work is completed, then only we can jump there in health. But we can use in health in terms of summarization, document summarization, document structuring. In those cases, for prescriptive, descriptive, you can use it. For prescriptive, it's highly unadvisable. Some argue that, okay, see, ChatGPT can never be compared to Google. Actually, ChatGPT is based on the paper which is developed by Google. Attention is all in it. It is not over until it is over. Okay, it's the next interesting space to watch out for next year. Okay, don't worry, the ChatGPT will take the Google. Google is the leader. Everyone are the leader. Thank you, Aslam. And ChatGPT is emotional. I don't know. It depends on your prompt. Uh, I can't say that it's a sentient or not. I don't want to risk my job similar to the guy Google did. I don't know it's emotional or not, but you can try. But if you ask any offensive comments, yes, it will say that it will give you a warning. Okay, then partly it is emotional, but not 100%. If ChatGPT is not connected to internet, how it get trained on beginning with? If it is not connected to internet, it is already trained on earlier. Data came before 2002 to 2021. Francis. Okay, sir, I go, but health is more confidential. It does not deals with confidentiality, Arandhan. It deals with hallucination. Okay, if the model hallucinates and tell that cure for any sickness is something else, then it will be disaster. It will be catastrophe. It is not dealing with confidentiality. It deals with usability. ChatGPT is not connected to. Babu ChatGPT give code snippets or full code based upon your input prompt. Okay, Sahu, if you want to learn ChatGPT using as a no-coder, okay, use this as a tutor. Ask multiple questions in data science. What is data science? How can I begin with? Some random questions, and don't worry about it. And make sure you are cost verifying the answers. And Dinesh, DALL-E and ChatGPT are different. DALL-E is to generate the image. ChatGPT is to generate text. If you want to learn what is ChatGPT and diffusion, Ivan Flores, internet is your playground. You can go to internet. There are thousands of videos. There's no proper structure content. You can follow anyone. So I suggest you to follow LinkedIn influencers who post regularly on these things. Yes, Ravi. There are already extensions built for Google Chrome, but it is unofficial. That may be led to your internet account ban. So don't try to be cautious there. Okay. And can ChatGPT to help the source the data? Yes, of course. I showed. You can create synthetic data. And how is it? Is it getting data for training? It is not getting data for training. We are giving it. Okay. We are giving from till 2021. Okay. Any other questions? Any feedbacks? We have 4 more minutes. Make sure best of it. Some guy was telling to show this meme. It is just a meme, guys. See, anyone cannot become doctor using ChatGPT. There are some steps. They have to use Excel. Then they need to go with stacks, mathematics, stacks, probability. That will take you 1 year to learn. Then you need to go with Python, syntax, SQL. Then you need to understand what domain you're working. You need to have domain knowledge. Without domain knowledge, if you're directly going to ChatGPT, what will happen? Same case, what happened to this guy? This guy will fail. Obviously, he will never climb. Okay, unless he comes from step to step. Simple. All these steps are very pretty much important before jumping into ChatGPT. And thank you, Dinesh. Okay, ChatGPT address cybersecurity issues. Okay, good question, Aradha. And Babu. So yeah, you can try out with multiple prompts, like saying that you can detect, like say if you have cyber attack, say the log that you have multiple logs, right? So you can pass ChatGPT saying that these are the healthy logs, these are the cybersecurity log. Then it may be able to give you cyber. See, you can try with any domain. Cybersecurity is a very hot domain. You can marry both. That's good. That's great. Content I cannot change. Praveen Sahu, you can build no-code SaaS using ChatGPT. You can use Bubble, Webflow. Thank you, Kamala. Yeah, thank you, Kamala Aradhan. Yeah, 2 more minutes. I'm ready to take more questions. I'll be away. I'll be online for 2 more minutes. Ask anything. Maybe if it is as simple as it is, there is no structured course, Sahu. Internet is the place. If you really want to learn, go to Twitter, search ChatGPT every day. You learn every day. And you can document and you can create your own course. Simple. 2 more minutes. Let us check Q&A. As a programmer, what things generally we should know about ChatGPT? It's up to you. You see, for day-to-day task as a programmer, instead of commenting, writing yourself, ask ChatGPT once and cross-verify with Google as well. Simple. It will automate your work. Yeah, thank you, Sahu. I can answer. I can answer multiple questions. 1 more minute. Thank you so much for your time.